Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I am Dr. Cush. Wow, it's worse than I thought it was. We are here tonight at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I clearly am unprepared for this type of show right now. Let me tell you what happened. I got to, let me turn these on so you guys can at least stare at something nice. Hello. There we go. Listen, here's the deal, guys. Clearly, I've had a kind of a stressful week. Within that stressful week, I have lost my voice. So we normally on Saturdays, we do kind of a big show. Tonight, we are not doing a big show. We are instead going to do kind of a 1-drink show. I promise I will make it up to you. Thank goodness at the end of the Thursday show, we learned from Moose that his birthday is not tonight. We will be celebrating a full-on Moose birthday next week, so be prepared for that. It is Moose's birthday. Listen, if you guys tell me with enough time, we'll celebrate all your birthdays on this show. This is a live show. You guys hang out and deserve to have your birthdays at your favorite bar, or at least a bar that you know of. Oh my God, you guys have been chatting. Let me say hello to the people real quick. We're going to get into a cocktail that I made this last week that luckily enough, I did make it this last week and I'm now able to drink it because it is kind of a healing thing. We're going to be using some shrubs, some ginger, some mint tea, some honey, and some agricole rum to make a drink that hopefully will bring back my voice and will help some of the bruising. Let me say hello to our good friend. You're gonna make me do this. Good evening to Shawnee Panabaker. Good to see you. Bootopia is here with the bread man. Good to see you, Bootopia. Bootopia is having an issue right now, trying to figure out what a substitute for chinar is. Listen, there are going to be 1,000 people on the internet that are going to tell you a different thing for chinar. Chinar is chinar. I know that you'll get close. Find a good Amaro that you like. Just find an Amaro that sort of works for it. Chinar has extra bitter notes coming from the artichoke in there that is definitely going to add a little bit of bitterness to it. So if you're feeling like the cocktail you're making doesn't have as much bitterness you have to it, I'm getting text right now, real quick. Oh, my friend Cruz. If you're not finding the bitterness to it, find other bitter things. Find things like Angostura. Find things like find a bitter. You'll get it. Have you found your recipe to Asterix and Obelix post strength potion? I wish. My goodness. We use a little strength right now. I feel like we can all use a little strength right now. Trying to make a cocktail called the 100-Year-Old Cigar. That's a great cocktail. I feel like we made that on the show before. But we didn't. We used chinar. It does call for half an ounce of chinar. From what I remember about that, Bootopia, half ounce of chinar. You can mix it with any bitters. Maybe find something like a Fernet. We preach the healing powers of Fernet on this show all the time, so hopefully you figure that out. Tiki Tom is here. Happy Saturday to you, my friend. Sorry if this voice is annoying, guys. I completely understand if this is grating on you. Trust me, it's grating on me. I don't like it either. So let's see. Well, Bootopia was figuring out about. Oh, he's got Hamilton's rum. Lots of Hamilton rum. You'll find something in there that'll work. Yeah, if you only have one rum, says Tiki Tom. Hamilton, probably one of the better ones. Yeah, Shawnee's got one here, 4-to-1 ratio of Averna to Campari. That might work. Honestly, that might work. I don't think you'll ever find an exact, it's like saying I need an exact taste for Lagavulin. Lagavulin has been made for hundreds of years on a small island where they use specific types of peat. You're gonna have a hard time finding exact replicas. But what do we preach on this show all the time? Listen, it's better to have any drink than no drink. So good luck. And if you make a drink using a different type of amaro, you just created a new drink. That's on you. So you get to put that up in the logs. Let me say hello to Kyle Tender. Kyle, good to see you, pal. Kyle's been he's been speaking for me all day. Bonbon's out of sound bath. Bonbon, I recommend not listening to this show. I don't feel like this is a soothing voice that I have going on for you. Dougie G, howdy to you, pal. Good to see you, Kim K. Tiki Saturday. It's always Tiki here. I probably, if I thought about it, probably wouldn't have built a Tiki bar, but I did. And so now sometimes I have to make very serious drinks inside of a leaf-laden prison here. Let me say hello to the UF Mark. Go Gators. He's our resident Gator. Thank you. Appreciate you. Lanterns, I got him on. I think Butopi was asking what happened to the Shiner. I got sucker punched a couple days. Yeah, there we go. What happened with the Shiner? Yeah, I got sucker punched on Wednesday. I got punched. Dr. Cush swallowed a frog. Dr. Cush feels like he swallowed a lot more than a frog. I feel like I've been just sort of kicked in the throat by a couple frogs, big frogs. Like I'm talking like Teenage Mutant Ninja frogs. You sound like Froggy from the Little Rascals. That's adorable. I don't know how that guy felt, but seems like a hot toddy is in order. Yeah, we thought about a hot toddy. I'll be very honest. We've made the hot toddy on the show before. I can recommend. I think once you understand how a hot toddy is made, sort of switch that in and out for everything else. Maybe instead of lemon, a little lime. Maybe instead of lime, a little grapefruit. Find another sweetener other than honey. Instead of whiskey, you put in rum. Instead of rum, you put in brandy, that kind of thing. A little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, all helps. Yeah, you're so welcome, Bootopia. No problem. You're doing great. I'm doing just fine, I suppose. We got a pew pew coming. No annoyance here. Just hoping for you to get better. Yeah, honestly, I feel like I just got stressed, I just got stressed. And when you get stressed, I feel like the rest of us, I work for I'm a little loopy on a couple of medicines. When I work for a woman, I film her content. I make content for other YouTube people. And she, for a long time, would always, after about an hour of working with me, she'd be like, I'm feeling a little sick. I was just feeling like I got a little tummy ache. And I once turned to my manager and I said, buddy, here's the deal. We're all a little sick. There's not a human living on this earth right now that isn't a little sick. We're all a little sick. I feel like I've been a little sick for a long time. And once I got punched a little bit, I feel like all of that sickness just sort of was like, oh, now honestly, if you're gonna take some time off because you can't bartend, I mean, you can't bartend looking like this. That doesn't inspire confidence in my abilities other than to take a punch. I feel like my body was like, hey, honestly, now's a good time. So did somebody say I sound like Tom Waits? No, nobody said I sound like Tom Waits. Dang, I was really hoping I sounded like Tom Waits one day. I've had quite a big week. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a good week. It's good to see you, Jay Carter. Party started. Bam, bam, bam. This thing is never going to work today. Okay. Let's get into it. More than anything, I feel like it's important. One second. We can turn up the volume. You said, wise old man. I am certainly an old man at this point, but you guys can debate about the wisdom. We're going to get into this book real quick, guys. I don't bring this book out often, but when I do, I always found something really cool. This is by a guy named Warren Bobro. I knew a guy in college named Bobro. He and I where we were oil and water. We wanted to be friends, you know, like one of those things where you're like, oh, I think we should, like, we share so many similar interests. We just never, like, it just never worked out. But I always remember my good friend Adam Bobro. Thing. I hope he's doing great. This book really gets into sort of like how cocktails and how different elixirs can be sort of healing. There are other great books on this out there. I know that Camper English just put out one really recently about like it's called like the doctors and cocktails or something, whatever. Camper English, an ice genius, also clearly a cocktail historian. That's great, but these are kind of simple recipes, and it always makes me feel better about pushing alcohol out into the public because it talks about the sort of healing elixirs and how you know, when we talk about the original cocktail, it wasn't just to sort of, you know, get us drunk. It was more to cure something that happened to us after we got drunk the night before. It's a hangover cure. The original cocktail is a hangover cure. So why not then look into liquids and pouring one liquid into the other liquid and finding new ways to create healing elixirs. That's all it is. So I just happen to have something sort of similar to this guy. Where is it? Right here. This guy right here, the ginger lime shrub cocktail. I just happen to have something ready to go for it. So we're going to make a healing elixir tonight. We're going to be using some agricole rum. And we're going to be using shrub, we're going to be using ginger, and we're going to be using some tea all in it. It's a nice cold drink. I don't care for many hot drinks, and it's better to drink it than not. So this is the ginger lime shrub cocktail. Okay, it says, so the ginger lime shrub cocktail isn't a hot drink, but it'll warm the cockles. I don't know which part of the cockles is in your heart. Shrub cocktails are derived from historic maritime cocktail ingredients that include vinegar for the preservation of easily spoiled and valuable citrus fruit. Without preservatives, citrus fruit would have quickly rotted under the hot sun. So, a little preservative. We'd like to, hopefully we're just putting a bunch of preservatives in our body. I feel like that's what everybody always says. More preservatives in your body, always better. I can hear my producer out there yelling. They take the inspiration from concentrated citrus herbs used to stave off tropical diseases that plagued seafarers, such as scurvy. I don't think we'll get scurvy here. The intense flavors of lime and ginger can act as an antidote to seasickness on their own. I'm incredibly prone to seasickness, but they're especially delicious alongside rum and hydrating, refreshing seltzer water. I'm using this more than anything to get my voice back. Hopefully it works. I know that there's some anti-inflammatory stuff in there as well. So let's get into it. How much time did that take? 15 minutes? All right, good. Yes, happy wrong weekend birthday, Moose. Yes, it's we can all celebrate tonight Moose's very merry unbirthday. This is his very merry unbirthday. All right, let's get into it. We're gonna start here. This is not going to be a complicated cocktail. We're going to be building it all in glass. One of my very favorite things to do, building it in glass. So we're going to take one of these nice tall glasses. We're going to be doing some soda water in here. But before we do that, let's get our ice in there. I normally don't recommend putting ice into a cocktail first. Usually if you put ice into a cocktail first, the heat, the energy that's created from pouring things over the ice is going to melt the ice at a rate that you can't control. Not like it's going to be, you know, insanely fast or anything, but it's going to just be beyond your control. So every time you do it, it'll be a little different. Oh gosh, this is all melted together. Ah. What a nice glass. Where'd you get that? That's a great question, UF Mark. This was a gift made from our good friend Bon Bon. Bon Bon sent me this. I don't know where Bon Bon got them. I assume there's like a 30-40% chance that she actually made it. So I don't know where she got it from, but I think it's somewhere. So we're just gonna crack a little ice real quick. We're gonna separate some of this ice. So do we have a? Oh, I don't even have my mallet in here. let's find something in here to crack our ice with. Just gonna take one of these guys. This is a little ice pick. Shouldn't take much because they should be just, there we go. That'll crack them right open. We just want to find these little cubes. There we are. Oh, there's that one. That one's dead forever. Forget about that in a week. Okay, there we go. So we're just going to fill this guy up with as much ice as we can put in here with the large cubes. Hopefully something fits. And we'll be good. We'll just take 2 of these guys right here. Yeah, the kids, the kids at the head shop may very well have crafted it. Honestly, I don't know where Bon Bon gets any of her stuff. Bon Bon, I have a feeling that Bon Bon is just part dragon. I think the Bon Bon certainly sits upon a treasure trove that many of us cannot comprehend, and most of us don't even want to. She is one of those people that is able to have all this cool stuff and not also catch dragon fever, because that's not something you want. Let's grab this, crack this open, just with this last little piece of ice. There we go. Just so you know, in case you're watching this later, these were already formed pieces of ice that just happened to get a little bit of a little cold, or sorry, a little warm in the freezer, and then re-solidify, and they needed to be near each other. It's a wonderful like little love story, little like a meet cute. These little ices. That might be a little too much ice, but remember we are going to be pouring some soda water on top of these, so hopefully the ice won't stick up way too much. We're just going to pour. What I want to do is I want that soda water. I don't want at any point for the soda water to be the only thing you're tasting, or to not taste any soda water. And we know that soda water, unlike many things on this earth, moves up. All of the bubbles in there are trying to get the soda water to get you out, or to get out of this. So better to put it into the cage as deep as you can. I always do drinks like this with the glass, in a glass that I already know. If I'm building it in glass, you got to know the glass. And so then I just eyeball it. I'm going to bring it up to about right here because I know that I have about, oh gosh, I got to do it to about right here. I know that I have about, what is it, 3 and half. Yeah, 3. So I have 5 ounces left. So we're just gonna pour this until we have got 5 ounces left on top here. So just pour this guy in here. You'll notice this is a good representation of what I'm talking about when I say when you pour stuff over ice, it starts to shift. You guys will see that like little melting going on here. The ice will reconnect. There we go. I'm not even touching it, and all that ice is moving. There we go. Excellent. So about right there, that's going to give us a little bit extra room in here in order to get the rest of our stuff in here. So we have our soda water. Soda water is excellent for digestive health. If you guys are ever feeling a little like overly, like you ate too much, I feel like that like 95% of the day, like I ate a little bit too much. Soda water is great for it. It also, the effervescence is going to have like a cooling effect on you. So that's why a lot of great summer drinks have the soda water in them as opposed to just regular water. There's just like a nice cooling effect that goes onto it. I bring everything over. There's one. Done. Let me just check quickly around there. I see it real quick. Let's start over here. I'm just going to move in front. Oh, yeah. There we go. It's right next to my Fernet coins that I dropped on the ground for some reason. Okay. This right here, guys, this is green. Or sorry, this is mint. I know it says green tea. This is mint tea and honey. It's a mint tea honey syrup. Literally, all it is, you make mint tea. So just find like a peppermint tea, and then whatever you make for mint tea, put in that much honey. Usually I put in a little extra water into it as well. Find your own flavor into it. The mint tea, incredibly good for, you know, whatever mint tea is good for. I don't know. It's cooling. I'm just looking for something, a little tea to get in here, and I don't particularly love hot tea. So we're going to be putting in ½ ounce of some tea syrup, which is equal parts sugar to tea. ½ ounce of that. There we go. Doesn't seem like much, but if you've made a really concentrated syrup, it should get pretty deep in there. All right. This big ugly dude. This guy right here is ginger syrup. We've made ginger syrup on the show many times. If you want to know how to make ginger syrup, I think I still have a video up on it at the old bar, back when the bar was in the back of my little Hollywood apartment. I don't even, do I need to even explain how good ginger is for you? It's a lot of warming effects to it. It has a lot of, I don't know, ginger's healing. Please don't make me tell them I'm going to talk more about it. Today is not the day. We're going to go ahead and put in ½ ounce. This is a very simple recipe, guys. Half. And then we're putting in as much rum as we can fit in on the top. So this is just ginger syrup. I don't even have a proportion for it. I blend all of the ginger with the skin on, with usually like 4 cups of sugar and 4 cups of water. So we got, this is ½ ounce of some ginger syrup. There we go. We can see already, because we're putting in the heavier syrups seconds, it's floating down to the bottom. We're already getting that mixing. The bubbles are coming up. The sugar's going down. So that way we don't have to shake this one at all. I didn't feel like I was in much of a shaking thing. Yeah, put this, Bootopia says, put that in an IV bag and go to town. Thinking about it. I'm certainly thinking about it. This is the most talking I've done in 2 days at this point. I'm feeling a little, I'm already feeling exhausted. This guy right here. This is Shrub. Oh, let me say hello to, first of all, a couple people have shown up. Let me say hello, first of all, to Richie the Whiff. Sneaking in late. Good to see you, Richie the Whiff. Always a pleasure, as we say, never a chore. And our good friend WandaVision is back. Good to see you, WandaVision. Happy to have you. Yay for elixirs. We all need a cure now and then. Yeah, honestly, this is one of the better cures that I know of. It's just drinking. Really, it's just drinking. So this is Shrub. Shrub comes from an Arab word, which is sharab, which is used to be drinking like rose water. Basically, it was the same way we say cocktail, they say sharab. They weren't adding alcohol to it. There's no alcohol in this. All this is a raspberry syrup. So I just took the same way you make all raspberry syrup. The best way, I think, to make raspberry syrup. Take raspberries and then coat them with sugar. So just take some white sugar, coat them with sugar. Let that sit for about 3 hours, and then that is going to get inside of the raspberry and start to pull out all the juices, all the structure. So even if you don't get in there and muddle it, the sugar is going to start to disintegrate all of those raspberries, and then you're going to have raspberry flavored sugar. It's always better. Excuse me. It's always better to make the mixture first and then add water, as opposed to making the water taste like what you want it to. So if you can find a way to make a raspberry oil or a raspberry oleo or a raspberry sugar like that, and then add water till you get it right, that's always the best way to make a simple syrup. It's not the easiest way, certainly, and certainly a lot of things won't take to being, if I threw water into ginger, or sorry, if I threw sugar into ginger, I don't think the sugar would pull out as many flavors as I wanted to. But a couple other great things you can do this with: vanilla. If you can make vanilla sugar, then you can be in a really good spot there. This right here, though, just raspberry basically oil that are taken from the sugars, and then I just add apple cider vinegar to it. There's a lot of people telling you, it's better to add red wine vinegar plus white distilling vinegar plus white wine vinegar plus. I think that apple cider vinegar is the best vinegar there is. That's the vinegar that I would use for almost everything. So I just added some apple cider vinegar to it. Didn't even start messing around with what's going on. We all commented on Cush's voice. Yeah, we have. we had a whole talk up top. Just lost my voice a little bit. Let me say hello to Vienna Verley, who is a friend of Tammy's and now a friend of mine, coming from Berlin. Good to see you. Boy, we are international tonight. She's over on Instagram. If you guys are wondering where if I'm just like pulling up random people, just if I'm making these people up, I'm not. Vienna Verley is a very real person. Good to see you. We're going to be putting in half an ounce of our shrub. Doing great so far. Now there is some thought to the shrub with the vinegar being probably plenty good enough in order to add our sour elements. There are some that will tell you that a shrub cocktail does not need any citrus. Me personally, I might be citrus addicted. I just watched a whole documentary on a guy that only eats mac and cheese. That's the only thing he eats. He walked into a grocery store. He looked at the broccoli and he asked, "What do you eat? Eat the bushy part too, or like what do you do?" I only if my food is not yellow, I don't eat it. And at first I was like, "What a dork! Like, what are you? You're not eating. Like, think about all the great foods that you're missing out on. Like, you never like bit into a pepper. Peppers are great. Peppers are delicious. You never just bit into one, or you never like had it. You never had an onion. You never had like chicken." What about chicken? Chicken's so good. A nice flat chicken. You put a little bit of capers on it, a little bit of lemon. You get a nice piccata going. Never had one of those. This guy never had. And then I had to think to myself, I'm like, don't you mostly only drink cocktails that have citrus in it? And I said, yes. Honestly, I am this mac and cheese guy. Interesting documentary. We're gonna be putting in half an ounce of lime juice, just help cure the scurvy, et cetera, et cetera. Go ahead and throw in half an ounce of lime juice. We've done a horrible, horrible thing. We did this without knowing this glass very well. We're going to take out one of these cubes. This is, of course, an alcohol show. These are Dr. Cush's exotic drinks, and in there we're putting some alcohol in them. So lots of different alcohols can go in here. I know that bourbon with its tannins and its polyphenols and all that stuff would be great in here. I'm sure that gin with all of its botanicals would do very well in here. I think vodka, you're going to be just fine with vodka in this. This is a big flavorful drink. They probably won't add a ton of health benefits to it, but I'm going to go with an island remedy, an ancient French island remedy, which is going to come in the form of some rum agricole. For those of you who do not know what rum agricole is, that's my fault. I should have been telling you about it the whole time. Rum agricole is just rum that is made with the entire stalk of sugar. So instead of making the sugar first and then taking the molasses and then making that into rum, they were like, honestly, I think it's time that we just see what this stuff tastes like if we use the whole stalk. So they press all of the long stalks of sugar, all of that good cane juice drips out of it, and then they make it out of that. That's a sort of a simplistic way, I think, to describe what rum agricole is. Rum agricole normally, somebody will correct me on this, so I'm just going to say it out loud and then correct me all you want. I believe rum agricole comes from the island of Martinique. Beyond that, that's not true. That can't be true. There are rum agricoles that come out of Louisiana. I think a French person has to make it. I think a French person has to make it. Either way, it tastes a lot more like it is the actual cane of sugar, like the rum is the cane of the sugar. So we're going to be using some of this in here. How much of this? As much as we can fit in. I think after the couple days I've had, as much rum agricole as we can fit in here. I'm shooting for 3 ounces, so we're gonna see if we make it. We're gonna be putting in 3 ounces of some rum agricole. There is 1.5. Oh, we're gonna make it. We're gonna squeeze it in there. Whatever we can do to get it in there. Right there. Oh, where are my wash line homies? Oh, who loves a good wash line? I do. Nailed it. I mean, don't think about this. Don't even think about it. That piece of ice was never meant to be in there. I was already making excuses for it before we started. We're gonna give this a stir. Deep down, we don't want to give this a huge stir. We don't want to melt anything else. We've already poured stuff over here. All we're really doing is just giving this a little. We're almost gonna be swizzling it. So like I'm just gonna be stirring here in the middle. I want to make it mad. I want to make it angry. Here we go. Utopia's got the Wikipedia up. Rum agricole is mostly associated with the French West Indies island of Martinique and Guadeloupe in the Caribbean, where many rums are also made. Yeah, I think it's mostly associated. I think is different than having a rule for it, because I know we've talked to Frank. We all know Frank, the low carb cocktail dude. Oh, I'm so excited about this drink. I just tasted a little bit on the end of the spoon. I know that places in Louisiana make rum agricole. I'm sure that there's a process to it. Please don't ask me what that process is. I make cocktails. I'm not a distiller yet. Yeah, low carb cocktail guy. He's the best. Go watch his stuff. I know he's got some good stuff coming out right now. Okay, guys, this is my Healing Elixer ginger shrub with some vinegar, some lime juice, because there's a non-zero chance that I do have scurvy. I don't know what scurvy does to you. I feel like it makes you lose a leg and grow a wooden peg in its place. I don't know what scurvy does. There's some talk of tooth loss. I have all my teeth that I like have had for a while. I don't know if I lost a tooth at some point. I didn't know about it. But there's that, and then of course there's a little bit of tea with some honey to give us all of that tea honey goodness. We're gonna grab. Listen, if we're gonna do a bonbon drink, we might as well use a bonbon straw. This is a straw from one of her head shops. I think that she frequents constantly. Should we throw in? I never know. Specifically today, I never know. We're gonna throw in just a little bit of this. I'm not gonna eat it, but it does. It'll make all the doctors feel better. Keep a doctor away from me for a minute. Just a little bit of dried citrus. And here we are. Yes, it's the bong straw. This right here, my friends. This is, I don't know. Has anybody else made this? We're gonna call it Dr. Cush's Healing Elixir. Do you think we can do that? We're gonna get away with it. Cheers to you guys. Wow. I just made something very similar to this at the event I did immediately after getting punched, and I was shocked at how good it was. I don't think that enough people put shrubs to good use. They're not really a one-to-one replacement for a raspberry syrup. They bring in so much bitterness to them. After making a delicious shrub, I thought, when they asked me to do this event and knowing that it was 100% a mocktail event, I told them right out of the gate, that is out of my wheelhouse. I am not a mocktail guy. I don't know much about mocktails. I can make some for you, but that's not what I've studied. After doing the shrubs, I realized that really is the secret to a good mocktail, is finding shrub, finding that vinegar that gives you a little bit of bite. It makes it so that you sort of drink it slowly. You can drink a mocktail really quickly. You don't even notice it, but with a little bit of bite in the shrub, you can really sort of come you can have a come to Jesus moment with your non-alcoholic drink. Really nice finding ways to mix that in, and I would love to say that it cured my voice and we can continue on, but my throat has started to really hurt. So, oh, all those flavors, yeah. Especially for big flavors like the mint honey tea. It's a big flavor. Mint is a big flavor, no matter what anybody thinks. The inside of a cocktail like the mint julep, it's really just sugar, mint, and bourbon. Mint acting the same way that a bitters would act in a normal cocktail. That should show you that mint, even in little bits, is a big flavor in there. the ginger, obviously nice and hot, raspberry with the vinegar, something else, and then we make strong lime juice here. So, which is also why I chose to go with an agricole rum. Agricole rums are much bigger than the rest of them. Guys, I'm so sorry. I was not expecting to also come down with some sort of weird. I know that I put a lot on you guys this last week, so with me telling you the story of the eye and then getting into it, but I appreciate you guys showing up. I realistically should not keep talking, so I do think I'm going to call this one an evening. For me, remember this, if you guys are listening to me right now, remember, turn your volume down before you switch channels. I know I've been quiet, so if you've listened to me at all, then please turn your TV down before you go back to watching The Good Wife or whatever you guys. I don't know what you guys watch right after, man. I don't know what follows this show. But thank you guys so much. This is what the rest of the week looks like. Can I tell you what the rest of the week looks like? I probably should have looked this up. Okay, we're on the 22nd. Okay, so we will be here on. All right, here's the deal. We're going to do a show this week, Tuesday, Tiki Tuesday, obviously. We're also going to be doing a show on Wednesday this week. We have an event on Thursday that we will most likely also be going live from. It's an event with my good friends over at Brando Motu, and I know that they're looking for ways to sort of promote, but just in case that doesn't work out, we're also doing a show on Wednesday. Then on Saturday, a very, very big day on Saturday, we're going to be celebrating Moose's birthday here. So we're going to be making some moose cocktails. I'm going to try and get the thing where people can pop in and say hi, going for that. But it is Moose's birthday on Saturday, and yes, I believe that Bootopia is saying what we're all thinking. Moose. So tune in for that. It will be, I think it'll be really close to his birthday because he is actually a day later than the rest of us because he wakes up at 3 a.m. to watch this show. I don't wake up at 3 a.m. for nothing. So thank you, Moose, for all of your time spent here. And I really appreciate you guys. Remember this class, I'm not going to do that whole thing. Class is free, but if you guys can help out, I'll try not to be too drunk. Don't do that. Don't try not to be too drunk. Try and be too drunk. It'll be a much more fun show if we have an out of control Moose. So you do what you're up to. We'll decorate the bar. Hopefully we can find a Moose helmet somewhere. That is this Saturday. We're doing a definite class on Tuesday, Wednesday, with hopefully we will do another, just a pop-up on Thursday to hang out. So that's what I got for you. Oh, what's up, Amy Beer? Good to see you. Yeah, don't do that, Moose. Yeah, you be you. Whatever you're up to. And then Bootopia asking the right question. What's even drunk? What drunk to one person is just fun to another person. All right, that's what I got for you guys. Thank you so much for showing up. Sorry about the voice, and we will hang out on Tuesday, Wednesday this week. Cheers. Thank you, Roger G. I don't feel bad. I don't feel sick. My voice just isn't here. So until then, thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. What do we always say? Things not working. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Sure, why not? I don't know. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. I'm gonna drink a lot of beer and stay out all night. To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems. Are you Dr. Jinga Janga? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I?